We will begin with a 1 minute and 30-second opening statement from Amanda Mason.
Welcome. Hi, my name is Amanda Mason, and for me, the next step is more representative and welcoming SGA. I believe in order for SGA to be a truly representative group of the SLU community, it needs to be a more welcoming resource for all students, and I want to be the one that bridges that gap between SGA and CSOs. I want to help individual students find their niche on campus through providing useful resources and education about organizations, clubs, and departments on campus. Overall, the Executive Vice President position is a very optimistic one, and I'm eager to hold the position because if elected, I will be the one to encourage CSOs and help them accomplish their goals. If elected Executive Vice President, I will first work very closely with ITS to update websites with complete descriptions and contact information for every CSO on campus. I also want to change the organization's website URLs so that they're more easily searchable throughout all the websites on campus. For example, sab.slu.edu. I also want to provide language conversions on each website that SLU has to help break the language barrier for international students and encourage them to get involved. I will also work strongly with Chris Kerner, the creator of SLU Connection, to really make that push for SLU involvement without relying on the weekly SG mailer. If you have any other questions, see our website, and please join me and take the next step for your student government.
Thank you, Amanda. We will now have a 1 minute, 30-second opening statement from Rachel.
Good evening, students and attendees. My name is Rachel Verbort, and I am running for the Executive Vice President. I would like to thank everyone from the Election Commission for hosting this debate and everyone here for their support of either ticket. I am a SLU Billiken, as all of you, and I strive to represent the dignified, helpful, and spiritual ideals that St. Louis University and the Jesuit mission stand for. As Executive Vice President, I will work for the chartered student organizations and student groups of SLU's campus to ensure that their problems are remedied to the best possible extent. A more cohesive and interdependent CSO community will result from the creation of a CSO finder, which allows students to have access to the elected structures within each CSO. Furthermore, a CSO website and online forum will provide frequently asked questions, as well as online discussion boards where questions, comments, answers, and concerns will be available. I want to ensure that every student makes use of the $45 semester activity fee he or she pays if he or she chooses. Tyler Brownfield started the Bright Ideas Grants program to provide students the opportunity to get financial backing on any issue, event, or activity that will benefit the SLU or St. Louis community when a particular CSO does not pertain to such a subject. The Executive Vice President should be the source of support for student organizations. She should work for you and your student group to ensure that you get all you can and all you want out of St. Louis University in your time here. I am committed to these tasks, and I want to be your Executive Vice President. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will hear from our panelists.
Okay, the first question is, for Rachel, I apologize. What is your view of large leadership workshops, such as Leaders of the Pack, and do you feel they are worth the time, effort, and financial resources?
I am currently a member of the iLead program, and I have attended numerous leadership summits that involve large groups of people. And I think the key to those sort of groups and organizations, the key to their success is breaking down into smaller groups. Because everyone that wants to be a leader isn't necessarily interested in leading in the same ways, shapes, or forms. And we need to break down towards their goals and their particular organizations in order to ensure that they get the most out of each of these organizational summits.
I have a follow-up. How do you plan to unite the student leaders of all student organizations on campus so they are strong leaders and have a smooth leadership transition?
That's something that each organization will have to figure out on its own, but as the Executive Vice President, I will work to ensure that each CSO knows the programming and the events of every CSO on campus so that they can make sure that their members are knowledgeable about the events and occurrences of other CSOs. Creating a dependence between the CSOs will ensure that the executive board members and the leadership within each will be able to work together and translate to coming years, because each student needs to know that their CSO is not just for that academic year. They need to have confidence that their mission and their purpose in their CSO will continue from year to year.
This is the first question. What is your view of large student leadership workshops, such as Leaders of the Pack, and do you feel they're worth the time, effort, and financial resources?
I definitely think they're worth all the financial resources and worth the time. I joined the Leaders of the Pack last year, as well as several other programs and retreats that were through the iLead program. They're definitely worth the finances. I would actually push for more finances and possibly bringing in a keynote speaker. I know they take much time and great planning over the summer, but everyone that I've talked to is taking great advantage of each retreat, and especially the Leaders of the Pack. I was so encouraged to go because it's a place to collaborate with all the other presidents and e-boards from other organizations. So you really get to work together and collaborate as CSOs at those retreats.
And my follow-up is the same. How do you plan to unite these student leaders of all student organizations on campus so they are strong leaders and have a smooth leadership transition?
Starting off with just knowledge of each resources and the programming that's going on with SLU, pushing for the SLU connection, informing proper information and communication between all CSOs, putting together whether it's Google Documents or general emails, working primarily with the e-boards, trying to meet with them on a regular basis just to make sure that their needs and goals are being met individually and then collaborating them together.
Thank you.